is also suggesting you take notes, even though I sent you an email saying you didn't have to. He's suggesting that you do, but either way, whether you do or you don't, he's going to be providing me with the link, and then I'll distribute the link out to everybody, including people that haven't were not able to attend today. So please, please let because I've done plenty of training myself over the years. Please let Ryan run through. Somebody's on. Somebody needs to mute themselves. But please let Ryan just run through the entire seminar. If you have questions at the end, but don't interrupt him with questions because that slows everything down. So uh, turn it over to you, Ryan.
All right. Hey, thank you, Jim. And I'm really appreciating, you know what? I've never done the mute everybody thing, but if you would help me out
Yes.
and mute yourself, that's at the bottom left and you'll see the mute, just hit it. And I do welcome any of you. I'll definitely have some Q&A portions. If there's something that you want to stop, feel free to stop me. If it's pressing and you just really need something, I got you. No worries. But we're going to go at a click pace today because it's Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Really today's the social media blueprint. I want to get us current on social media, whether this is a beginner class, but whether you're a seasoned pro at social media or not, you're going to pull some things away from here. The only negative to today is I lost some of my visual cues. Some of my slides are not around, but you're going to have a lot of material here, slides or not. So we're talking about social media today, and we're going to talk about the platforms. We're going to talk about what they are actually, what each platform is, because they all do specific things that you want to be able to leverage. I'm going to show you how to, we're going to talk a little bit about ad creation and really gaining more business from Facebook, and also how to spy on your competition, which is going to be a fun and a high level secret that even some people that have been doing Facebook ads for a long time and are in the business of doing it don't even know this. I'm going to show you a few things here. So social media, is everybody out there using social media? Can I see some hands? Is everybody at least attempting, crawling their way through the social media escape? Let's see. I wish I could see everybody. I see a few of you though. So, we've been using social media since the beginning of time, though. We've been making, whether it was smoke signals on a mountain, whether we were writing on cave walls, whether we were writing pen pals, emails, AOL Instant Messenger, MySpace, Facebook, YouTube. It's going to keep on going. Virtual reality, who knows what's coming next, but we're going to stay current today, like I said, and we're just going to talk about how Facebook, how Instagram, and how YouTube, and even a little bit about LinkedIn, how do we really leverage them to get more business and in a bigger sphere of influence. So if you're an agent wanting to properly leverage social media, you came to the right place today. So going to help you build your business. This, again, like I said, we're going to go back to basics. And what I love about back to basics is I love going back to basics because what was basic in 2017, like Facebook organic reach and posting daily and having to worry about all that, is not the basics of today. Things have changed. Algorithms have changed. The game has changed. Who has here heard of does everybody understand what organic reach is? You hear this word organic, and it's not just fruits and veggies when we're talking about social media. So you guys have heard organic, and that is leveraging the free tools to be able to get a free a chance at getting people's attention. And what I want to tell you, well, we're going to get to that in a second. I'm actually getting ahead of myself. Before we even got into the social media platforms, I wanted to bring up the gateway to all of these social media platforms. And it's really one of the most overlooked things that agents don't do that is actually to a point of blowing my mind. It's one of the most overlooked facets of the online presence. And that is Google My Business. I wanted to start at the gateway before we even get to the social media platforms. This is super overlooked, guys. And let's just look at consumer behavior for a second. When you all want to go to a new restaurant, you're Googling it, and you're probably making a decision based upon the best reviews that is out there. We're looking for 5-star reviews, and we're looking for a place that obviously people are wanting to put 5-star reviews. That's what we want right now. We want to, even as a new agent, and you haven't even sold or helped people buy a lot of real estate up to this point, get as many 5-star reviews as humanly possible right now. And it doesn't have to be someone who's done business with you. It can be someone who is just a fan of your character. You're a mentor to someone who's got good things to say about you. But the number one search engine and the place where the majority of everyone is starting their searches is on Google. And when they Google your business or they're looking up your name, your business should be coming up with reviews and current reviews. So I really wanted to start there because it's just an often overlooked thing that we don't even talk about in social media classes. We don't talk about it at all because I've been looking at a lot of Google My Businesses lately. And man, we've got some work to do. So I wanted to put that out there as like the gateway and the very start to all of this. And then we're going to get started with Facebook. And we're going to talk about the king of this whole social media thing for now and what it is. I want to tell you that Facebook, like Instagram and YouTube, have their own individual niches. And the reason you need to be on Facebook is for lead generation. Facebook is your lead generator. That is what Facebook is. And at this point, I've been talking about social media for half a decade now here in Tampa Bay. 3, 4, 5 years ago, organic reach was possible. You know, you could post regularly and every day. You could amass a great organic reach out there. I want to let you know so you don't have to think about it anymore. Organic reach is dead. You can see if you're trying to build up your Facebook business page and you're just not getting traction, it's not because you're not awesome. It's not because your posts aren't that great. It's because the organic reach that was once there is no longer there, and it is not coming back. But good news, that's the negative. We're going to get into the positives. But Facebook is a lead generator, and it is a pay to play at this point. And I'm going to give you some ways to pay to play in just a moment. But I want to talk about the do's and don'ts of Facebook. So Facebook, obviously, we need a presence on Facebook, and it is a lead generation platform. I wanted to ask, because me and Brenda were already talking about this before the class. Has anybody seen The Social Dilemma on Netflix by any chance? Had anyone seen that? If you look at Brenda's screen, her mind's blowing after watching that. So if you do get a chance, I don't want to scare you, but get on the Netflix and watch The Social Dilemma, just if even to encourage you to use Facebook for what it's really for instead of being used by Facebook for other advertisers. I really want you to be able to leverage social media and Facebook specifically to get the best impact on your business instead of you just being the product. Because I don't know if you've heard this before, but any service that is free online, so think of all the services that you use that you don't pay for, Instagram, Facebook, you are actually the product if you're using a free service. So remember that, and we're going to make sure we can leverage this awesome tool to get more business. So we talked about Facebook organic reach is dead. So what does that mean? That means that we're going to start using and learning and understanding how to use ads, when to boost. How many of you out there have boosted a post? Has anybody boosted anything? I wanted to go straight to that with the boosting because this year I want you to start thinking about an ad budget for this pay to play program. And it doesn't have to be a lot. You can create hundreds of leads for yourself on this lead generation tool for $10 a day. And $10 a day, and you can generate a lot of leads and then retarget, which we're going to talk about in just a moment, so that you're not always advertising on Facebook to a cold audience over and over again. You're going to start warming up your audience, and we're going to get into that with retargeting here shortly. So how many, does anybody can unmute it for this one. What do you think, how many times a week, a day, do you think that you need to be posting on Facebook? Does anybody have an idea? What
Every day. Every day.
Every day? Okay. All right. Does everyone else agree with that? Every day?
Maybe every couple of days.
Okay. Now we're getting where we can relax a little bit. So a lot of coaches, well, you need to have an active presence. And what that means on Facebook now is 2 to 3 times per week. I want to really emphasize something that didn't used to be the case, that instead of posting every day, having an active presence that's going to be able to take advantage of being seen and known and creating a presence on Facebook 2 to 3 times a week. And it's all about value now. It's less about the majority of posts. It's more about creating the posts that you do put out that are really valuable to your audience, instead of just something, instead of just a plate of food, instead of just this or that. You've got a thought out value add piece that you're going to put out. And I'm going to give you some ideas for ways to bring value with your social media post, video, and we're going to touch on video a little bit today. But we're gonna have another class hopefully on video marketing specifically. I'm gonna touch on that just a little bit today. But really, just to ease your concerns, for those of you that think that you need to be posting every single day, is that really having an active presence on Facebook can be 2 to 3 times per week, and that yields great results. So I want to alleviate some of the concerns of you that think that you have to be actively posting every single day and have something for everything, just like they have a national holiday for everything. What's today's national holiday? It's probably National Krispy Kreme Day or something. I don't know. But you don't need to be posting.
Daughter's Day.
It is? I'm sure it is. So just a couple of the highlights. Facebook is pay to play for moving forward. And you don't have to be posting every single day to be a success on Facebook and create what you're looking for on social media, 2 to 3 times per week. And again, the organic reach, just to emphasize that a little further, it's not going to gain you the traction on this platform the way that it did just a few years ago. And we're going to leverage that. And I'll show you how to put the #1 ad that brings results. I'm going to tell you what the #1 ad that real estate agents are using in all provinces and all cities across the states, and what has the highest impact as far as returning leads and getting attention from the consumer out there. And I'll get to that here shortly. So people are going to be searching for you on Facebook, and this is more of a place to learn about you than it is your listings and whatnot. And I've used this in the past. I want you to kind of think of Facebook as your favorite. When we used to watch on cable channels where we'd have our favorite show come on, we'd have 20 minutes of that great show that we loved, and there would be 3 minutes of commercials there. That kind of can work for your social media too, because people want to see who you are. And if you're able to put out content that is all business, that doesn't work very well on social media. We need to have those 3 minutes of commercials being after I've given you the things that I'm interested in, my passions, my local events, my kids, my dogs, these things that matter to me. And then after I've gotten your attention with that and showing you who I am, there's just the good stuff about you. Then you've got that 3 minutes of commercial saying, hey, you need to call me for real estate. You need to make a move on using me right now or selling your home. Here's why. All that information about your business can be that 3 minutes of commercials. And that's just kind of a way to think about it with how and what you're posting. We'll get into some specifics as well. One way to get great organic's not completely dead in the way you can actually leverage organic reach right now with being creative and collaborating. I want to encourage some of you to think about, if you haven't got to the point where we're going to talk about creating an ad budget and getting into your ads manager, you can create organic reach by collaborating, whether that's with local businesses or local influencers, other agents. Anywhere where you can collaborate with someone and make the video really centered on them so that it encourages that business or that person to share that into their network. I recently done a local business spotlight with a team, and we made sure that we were very business centric. It was less about us and it was really about the business. And we highlighted that, and we made sure that the owner, the servers there, the bartenders, that everybody knew that there was a video coming out about their spot during this time when everyone needs advertising, everyone needs eyes on them. And we made sure we had that conversation with them. So when we put this video out, it was one of the most seen videos on their YouTube due to the fact that we let people know this video is coming out. It's all about you. I want you to share it, all of you. Will you share it for me? And we get verbal yeses. And now it's their biggest video on and again, YouTube and Facebook. It's one of their biggest videos on both of those because people are sharing it. They asked them to, and it was about that business. So the power of that is getting out into other networks that are not your own, making content about and collaborating with others so that it goes into their network. And those are people that are getting a chance to see you and that you're able to spread your message to that you don't already have. So that is one of the top ways to still hang on to that little bit of organic reach that we still do have on Facebook. Let me see here. I do want to stop for just a second. Did anybody have any questions on anything? As I don't want to power through too much without seeing if anyone had need any clarification, as I'm still getting my footing here this Friday morning. And if not, we'll just continue on. And I'm glad to hear someone was using Facebook Marketplace. Who was that was using Facebook Marketplace? Yes. Shelly, how long have you been doing that?
Probably about a year. And that was the first time I heard of any results.
It was your result.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's always good when your first testimonial or first result was from your own efforts.
Yes.
So that's really good. I did want to mention that today, that if you have listings or want to leverage Facebook Marketplace, that's another place to get some attention. And Shelly has already given you your testimonial for the day on how that'll work. Just another avenue to put your attention on your listings out there or your homes that you're buying or selling. I want to give you a checklist of things that you need to do on Facebook and what to post. So the checklist, this is the basic checklist that I want all of you to do, is to make sure that you've got a great HD profile photo. Just starting off, again, with the basics today and making sure that you've got a photo that really represents you well, really shows off, hopefully, your best accessory. A smile is really one of those things that will make people perceive you in a positive manner right off the bat when they're searching for you. So check your profile picture, see if it's the cat or if it's the dogs and stuff like that. Consider, because we're going to start using Facebook to create leads and really use it in our business. Have a picture with you in it with the dog. Don't just have the dog or the avatar. Get in it, make sure it's a nice, well-lit picture, and check your profile picture. A branded cover photo or video on your Facebook business page or personal page. Make sure that you've got, and if we have time, I can show you how to put together a nice cover photo and thumbnail. If we've got time, I'm going to do that for you. But definitely check your cover photo and see if it's something that's representing your business, representing you well. It's a good picture, photo or video. You can add a video on your Facebook business page. But definitely make it something that's inviting and really shows off who you are. Complete the page info. Complete the about section first. Check out your about section. See if it has your email address in there, that it's got your phone number, that when you are getting a chance to have somebody come to your page, that about section tells them what you do, lets them know how to contact you, and make sure that that's not blank. We're going to have to really run this like a business now and make sure everyone's got our proper contact information. There's no old stuff on there. Kind of do an audit today on that about section that you have, including the page info on your Facebook business page, making sure that page info is representative of your current business, current email addresses, and all of that. Many agents have lost out on business due to strictly having old information or non-existent information on their pages. So start with that today as an audit of completing the about section on your personal and your page info on your Facebook business page. And set up your call to action button on Facebook business page. Your call to action button is one of the advantages of using Boost. I'm gonna go back to Boost. I asked about that earlier. Now, the reason to use Boost, this is the scenario that you're going to use Boost from now on, because we're going to talk about creating a ad budget for the year and the rest of this year to get attention on our business. Only 10% of that's going to be used for Boost. Boosts are going to be used in these two occasions. When you have a post that's doing really well organically, let's just say that because there will still be those posts that you're going to get a lot of traction on, that post of the puppy or the one of the piece of content that I know you're going to make here soon that's really going to get a lot of attention and likes. When that's looking like it's doing great and you're able to see that this post is doing well, boosting a post will be like adding gasoline to the flames. So it's kind of an accelerator for any post that's already doing well, and then boost it. It's like I said, putting gasoline on the flames there, stoking the fire. Another advantage to boost right now is with this call to action button. Even putting $1 behind a post, if you've got a good post, that'll give you a call to action button. Unlike the rest of your posts, the only time that you have a call to action button is through an ad or a boost. So even with just $1, you now have the power of having a clickable button underneath your post that will allow people to redirect to a landing page, that'll redirect to an event you're having or to your website, or anywhere where we're going to get creative on being able to send somebody from our boosted post. So that's a great advantage to boost, is to be able to stoke the flames of an already well-performing post, and also to get that call to action button. So if you go to your Facebook business page, we're gonna have to come back to that as far as showing you exactly how to do the call to action button. I'm gonna hold that off to the end if we've got time for that. But the other thing is, and I will show you, is we're gonna do our first screen share right now, as I wanna make sure that you know how to connect your Instagram account, and I want you to know about Facebook Creator Studio. Is anyone on here using Facebook Creator Studio at this time? Well, I'll tell you why you're going to want to do it. Brenda's using it a little bit. Now, Facebook Creator Studio is a free tool provided by Facebook that's going to allow you to connect your Facebook and your Instagram. And you're going to be able to use it to schedule posts. It'll hold all your content library. And let's go ahead and just go to that right now. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So we'll get a little visual action here. Just a second. Okay, desktop one. Okay, there it is. Okay, can you all see this this screen here? Thumbs up. So Facebook Creator Studio is easily found at facebook.com/Creator Studio. Or you could simply go, and do you guys recognize this? This is the newer version of Facebook. There's the old version, which you can still use, and this might look a little different because you can now switch to a new kind of interface with social media. With Facebook. So another way that you can get to Creator Studio is on your shortcuts. If you go to your page, so I'm gonna click at Remarketing Ryan at Milestone Title. On the left side here, you can get to Creator Studio. Now this is amazing. You're gonna love this because this is gonna help you with the flow of putting out content for the week. And the greatest part about it is you've got Instagram and Facebook with just a click of a button up here. And on here, you're gonna be able to create your post just like you would on your Facebook. But the good thing is, on a Saturday or Sunday, a time that you can designate to create your content for the week, you can come on here and upload content and then schedule that content to go out on certain days. So if you want to hold your end of the bargain on that 2 to 3 times per week, you might not even need to touch it. You can set it on a Sunday, on a Saturday, or whenever you'd like, and schedule those posts to go out. So this is a great scheduling tool. You can add your videos here. Got some beasts. So you're going to be able to create all your posts from here, but the best part is this is a free scheduling tool. So those of you that are having trouble with uploading on that day, all throughout the week, this is a great tool that's going to be able to send to both your Instagram and your Facebook. And we're going to get into Instagram here in just a moment, but I wanted to make sure you guys were aware of the social media, the Facebook Creator Studio, because it's really, really great to hold your content. As you can see here, all the videos that you ever posted are going to be in your content library, and you can go back in those, you can download them, you can re-edit them, you can repost them, and you can get insights on your videos too. This is getting a little deep. I don't want to go too much into this, but later on, subsequent classes, we can talk about insights. Insights is really going to show you what videos are working. So if you're making content and you're putting out some videos, because I know that all of you guys are super comfortable with getting behind the camera and talking about your business and adding value. I know it's just so easy for everybody, but this is going to really show you what's working. What are people actually watching? What are the demographics of those people? And what videos are actually getting views And when you do that, you can then double down on that content to start making more content like it. Because you have that great tool of knowing what is working and what is being watched. So really for the scheduling tool alone, this is a powerful free tool. And again, just clicking from Facebook to Instagram is very easy. And if you guys do know, and if not, I'm going to make a note of that right now to show you guys how to set up your Instagram so that you can cross post between your Instagram and your Facebook and make it easy. Because if you all don't already know, Facebook and Instagram are basically one and the same. They're both owned by Facebook. And as you can see, they have tools that make it easy to post on both of them easily. The last thing on the checklist, getting back to the checklist, is verifying your page. So your Facebook, let's go to my Facebook page here. And this is going to make sure that when you do put ads out or you do further your Facebook business page, that people can actually find it. Because if you have a page that's not verified, then they're not going to be able to find it. So I'm going to take you in. This looks a little different. I haven't done it on this new interface yet. Let's see if I can find that real quick. And if I get too far behind trying to find the settings and where they actually place that right now, where did they put this at? Oh, settings. They threw it over here. So page visibility, you got to find settings. It's on the left side here where we found it. In general, page visibility, you want to make sure that your page is published. If your page is unpublished, it's going to be hard to find that page, even harder than it is already. So make sure you go to your page visibility and go to page published. That's really important. So that's really your basic checklist right now on Facebook. And here's just a quick checklist on what to post. Listing videos. Of course, listing videos are the king with video creation. New listings doesn't have to be yours. I've seen a lot of agents that, even the ones that are just getting started or don't have a ton of listings right now, is sharing others' listings, either in the brokerage or whatnot. They don't necessarily have to be yours. Your sold listings, your property tours, you can get involved, like things like I'm a sponsor with the virtual caravan, Tampa Bay virtual caravan. If any of you agents have any upcoming listings, and we're getting 20 to 30, actually our last video I think was up to 50,000 views in this time of COVID. We're taking listing videos from a variety of brokerages, and we're creating a Tampa Bay virtual caravan that we're putting together, editing. We have sponsors that are paying for the ad budget, and they're getting 40 to 50,000 views. So if anyone has an upcoming listing and you'd like to be a part of that, now we do want you in the video. We want you to do a tour of the home. We want them to see you as well as the property. But if you're interested in that, please let me know. I'll tell you exactly how we do that. Another thing to post is great is testimonials from clients at emotional high points, like at the clear to close stage or at the closing. Maybe you have a title company like Milestone Title Services that can help you out with that as well when you have closings, to be able to create a piece of content, video showing the emotion, the raw emotion of your clients that just had that experience with you, so that you can provide social proof on your social media so people know that you don't just say you're great and your 5-star reviews don't, but actual clients are sitting there and letting people know that you're the person to work with. The other thing is behind the scenes. What's going on behind the scenes in your business? That's another great thing to post there. That could be going to those inspections, doing some of the most mundane things, going through the home and showing some of the smart features on a home, showing the building of your team, and a variety of ideas. I think I got a couple of ideas as we go down here about some of the behind the scenes, but get your just imagination going of, there's so much going on behind the scenes other than the end of the closing and all the other stuff that you guys are doing on a daily basis. Great content for people to see. That's why HGTV and all that's, very popular, because people actually do want to watch real estate agents. It's actually kind of fascinating to see what you all do on a daily basis, even though you guys might find some of it mundane from time to time. Other things are community spotlights, interviews. If you're having trouble thinking up content, what are some of the frequently asked questions that you're always getting about your business, that you're always having to explain? How about proactively creating some short 2 to 3 minute at max content about some of the most frequently asked questions that are going on in the business? And document your journey. Document your journey from the agent you are now to that that vision that you have of being a superstar local realtor. Document the journey. People are very interested in seeing that. So Facebook Creator Studio, do I still have that up too, by the way? I'm going to take that off the screen here. Facebook Creator Studio is really going to help you get organized right now as far as scheduling. So please look into that tool today or over the weekend on how you can schedule your posts out. Now, we talked about using Boost and using it about 10% of the ad budget. I want to tell you guys about the #1 ad that is actually helping agents get a lot of leads. I think that our next class is going to have to be an ad class. And I would like to do that for you guys as soon as possible, because with not having the organic reach that we once had, we definitely want to make sure people are seeing our posts and that we can actually get leads and new business from it. So the #1 ad that's really doing it out there is a custom list of home ad. Custom list of homes. So you're going to put out an ad. This is proven to be the highest converting lead ad on Facebook across all states and provinces in real estate. Just a great way to generate leads for even the newest of agents. And this is where I talked about that $10 a day budget. And then a $5 a day to retarget those people that are interested in that. So the custom list of home ads is going to be just like it says. They're going to let you know what type of home range that they're looking for, and you're going to give them those listings that are on the market right then and there. And that is I'm going to send you guys all after this an ad PDF. It's going to show you how to create a Facebook ad, and it's going to visually show you how you can get started on ads. But I really would like to have another meeting together about that, because ads is a whole nother beast. And I think it's one of the #1 things that we need to start learning as agents. I know some of you might have some lead generators out there that are working for you, or you're paying for leads. We can really create some effective ads ourselves and create a budget for that.
Excuse me, Ryan.
Yes, please.
Explain this custom list of homes again, because
Yeah.
I want to make sure that they're doing is not illegal. They can't just advertise homes. If it's specific for a specific buyer, that's one thing, but they can't just advertise homes that are in the MLS.
Nope. This will be people reaching out that will reach out directly from your ad. And I'm going to send you something that'll show this visually, because I was trying to speed through here because I see it is 10:37 and I still got to get into Instagram and YouTube real quick. So the custom list of home ads is going to be doing, I will never suggest anything illegal, but I'm also not a real estate lawyer. So you guys will have to, but this is the ad used all the time across the country. It'll ask people to, they want to know specific areas and specific price ranges of homes, and you're going to provide with them a custom list just for them of homes that are on the market right now, that are on the MLS and available, and sending them a custom list to them that they've requested from you. So instead of doing the CMA, which are, in my opinion, not really effective, this custom list of homes ad, I'm actually going to send this to you. So I'll answer your question through the email that I'm going to send, and I'll show you exactly what it is and how you can put that ad out.
So you'll send us an ad copy?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I'll send you an ad. I'll send you a picture with like what it would look like, the post copy and all of that good stuff, and actually how to make the post. So that'll be worth this whole time you spent here alone just with that. Now I want to show you how to spy on your competition. I want to get some of the juicy stuff too while we're here too. If you want to know what ads are looking like for those who are out there in your marketplace, whoever's having the most, the biggest ad budget out there, and who's ever, utilizing social media through ads the best in your marketplace, I'm going to show you how to spy on them. And you're going to be able to see every single thing that they do, and you can make it better. Maybe they don't have emojis in their post, or maybe there's a better picture that you could put on this particular ad. You're basically going to do an R&D, which is rip off and duplicate is what you're going to do. But you're just going to make it better. But most people don't even know that this is even possible. And let's do a screen share right here. This is one of the top ninja tricks to get over the learning curve fast on creating Facebook ads. So let me share my screen again. This is juicy stuff. This part right here. Okay, so as long as you can see my screen there, we're going to go to google.com and we're going to go to Facebook ads library. Okay, housing, search all. So let's just use, we're going to start off with somebody famous here first, like Ryan Serhant. Is that how you spell his name? Oh, wait a minute. Housing. Okay. Platform. Facebook. Did this guy stop advertising? Let me see. Who else is famous? Who's famous in real estate that we can check out some of their ads? I'm not sure why we're not able to look at Ryan's right now. But as you,
By Josh Altman.
there we go. Okay, Josh Altman. Impression by date. Let's look. On or before September 25th. All platforms. Search all. There we go. I think that was the issue. Okay, so we got one ad here, active and inactive. This must be his only active ad right now. I guess you guys have got a lot of opportunity because some of the big dogs are putting minimal ads out right now. So this is now you can search anybody in the local area too. So anybody out there, you can think of some names that are probably using some higher ad budgets. But if you go into Facebook ads library and you go to search all, and you can type in anybody's name right there in housing, usually you're going to get a lot more than this. I don't want to go to anybody specifically here in Tampa Bay right this second, but so it's only showing us the one active ad. I'm just making sure if he has any others that we can see real quick. So this is on or before. Well, this is interesting, but I want to show you the essence of what this is when you go out and search people, because I know you guys are gonna check out some people later, especially while you're getting into these ads. But search all in Facebook ads library. It should show you all of the ads that anybody that is out there has, even their paid ads. They're not going to be able to hide them. We're getting very minimal right here on Josh Altman, which is interesting. I'm going to find out about that. But you can see ad details here. And this is going to give you everything. It's going to tell you everything about this ad. It's going to show you the copy. It'll show you the pictures. It'll show you the exact ad that they're using to create more business. It's going to show you the difference between men and women, the demographics of this, how much amount is spend. He's spending right now. He's spending less than $100. This is an inactive ad with Tommy Lauren. Interesting. Impressions 1 to 2,000. It's showing you where actually the ad was shown. This is just in Arizona. It's going to give you a lot of details. So go ahead and stalk some people out there who are using Facebook ads, and all their ads should pop up here, and you should be able to go through them by reverse engineer them. So this could really help you out with the learning curve when it comes to Facebook ads. So definitely check that out. Let's get rolling here and get back into going on to Instagram. So we're moving on from Facebook for just a moment. Actually, I'm going to revisit that for just a second because we talked about retargeting for just a moment. And retargeting is going to be something that you're going to want to look into a little further as well. And that's a whole nother class in itself. But I can also send you guys some information on retargeting. I did create a video about that recently, and I'm going to add that to the email that I send. So you're going to get some value add after this call too. So retargeting is going to be when you actually have that open house list that you created through your open house, or you've got that database of clients already, or you've been running ads and now you have a list of a database. Retargeting is going to allow Facebook to send out ads to those who are already wanting to do business with you or have been watching your post, or they opted in at your open house or whatnot. So you are going to a specific market of people instead of just advertising out to a cold market. So retargeting is something that's going to be extremely powerful for you because you're going to be able to go after directly those people that came to your open house, directly to that past lead database that you have, or that big old database of leads that you haven't made contact with in a while and put in your CRM. You can upload those to Facebook and it will retarget and go right back out to those lists of specific people. So that's going to be coming your way too on how to do an ad retargeting. I'm going to be giving you a lot later today. Instagram. Instagram is for personal branding. We talked about Facebook being your lead generator. Instagram is your personal branding machine. This is going to be where you are showing off who you are as a brand or what your group is about, what your team is about. Personal branding is what Instagram is for. Now, again, we're going to go back. How many times do we post? I've heard, Ryan, my coach told me I need to post 10 times a day on Instagram and pull my hair out. And then I go over to their business coach, and their business coach hasn't posted more than once a week in the last year and whatnot. And I have to say, and be transparent here, I've went through a lot of compliance stuff. I went through a branding change from going from mortgages into title. I've had to restart and whatnot. And right now I'm actually on a social media detox just for a little bit. I'm coming back strong when I'm ready. I highly suggest any of you that need a social detox to do so. And after you watch The Social Dilemma, you might just be taking a social media detox just for a short period of time. Then you're going to take some of this and come back swinging and getting more business. So again, the rule of thumb here also on Instagram is to have 2 to 3 pieces of content a week. Really, the theme for all of you is quality over quantity in 2020 and 2021. We're going to think of Instagram newsfeed, and we're going to start talking about stories here for just a moment. The newsfeed is your movie, and the story is the making of. So you can create those 2 to 3 posts a week that are really high valuable content, really well made. You know, there's the ones that really shine, the ones you want people to see when they come to your newsfeed. And then the stories is going to be that behind the scenes, the making of this movie, those inspections, that meeting with the client, that the funny stuff that's happening in your business, that time where you fell at the showing in your like, did you guys see the funny video of the realtor that had her whole dress went over her head and she was talking about that? I mean, that's a real good behind the scenes video there. That was hilarious. So the game has changed. By the way, I wouldn't have been saying this a few years back that you only want to post 2 to 3 times a week, and that it was quantity over quality, because back in 2017, it was a volume game. You could post daily and skyrocket your results. But the algorithms have changed. The platforms have changed. And it's more important to provide real value and less posts, but more value. Really keep that in your head, because that's a super important theme moving forward. And again, Facebook feed, Instagram feed is the movies, stories is the making of. So a couple of do's and don'ts on Instagram. Document your journey. Document your journey. I know you've heard this before. Be open to showing people what's going on behind the scenes and in your life. And I don't want to be, we'll keep it simple. Show people what's going on. Have a consistent posting schedule. So maybe use Facebook Creator Studio to determine maybe Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is my days that I put out content. Beginning of the week, middle, at the end. Then maybe I do a live video on my open house on Sundays. But have a consistent posting schedule. Make that a priority. There's something else that I could send. I'm causing myself a lot of work. I'm going to send you something to help out with scheduling your post also. Schedule. Would that be useful? Scheduling posts. It's going to be a thick email. Use the 80-20 rule. 20% of your photos are compromising just listed, just sold, and open houses. Don't create the home and land magazine, okay, full of photos just about homes and whatnot. 80% of the photos are a blend of real estate and lifestyle photos with yourself included, your brand. Now, it could be 100% real estate. What I'm saying is the 20% it can be just the inanimate home and the just listed and just sold. But then 80% of it needs to include real estate, but also have you in it. You in it as well. So 80% of your Instagram, because it is that brand platform, we want to see you in the posts. And then 20% of that being just the homes and the just listed, just sold, and those things. Leverage stories on a daily basis. Stories is something so you can schedule your posts, those great posts that are going to be that movie, that main feature, but then you can get on stories daily and be able to document very quickly, very unedited, very raw, without having to have a whole lot of fancy editing or really pre-thought out too well at all, and just document that journey. Show that we can have a whole nother class again on just the mastermind on what all we can show on stories, and we can even have a class about stories. There's a lot to talk about with that, but use stories daily. I really highly recommend that. And any of you who don't know how to use stories, I'm just going to offer that you guys can reach out to me, and I'll do a one-on-one video with you to show you how to use stories and how to jazz them up and how to add texts and music or anything like that. So if anyone wants to go a little further on stories, just reach out to me. I'll make sure you have all my information, and we'll do a one-on-one. Use video content. This is one of the first classes where I haven't talked about video a lot, because video is my thing. Video is how I built my business. Video, it went from that small portion of your marketing plan to really encompassing a large portion of it. But use video content on your stories and on your news feed when you can, because it just has the highest impact on everybody who's going to be tuning in. Some don'ts. Don't turn your feed into what I said earlier, the home and land magazine full of property photos. Don't do that. Make sure that you get involved with this brand creating platform, that you're in it. And don't post whenever you feel like it. That's been something that I've even fallen victim to, is just posting whenever you feel like it. Have a consistent posting schedule. If you want to post whenever you feel like it, don't make it the news feed itself or the main feed, but do stories. Stories is going to be the place where you can come off the cuff as much as you want, but really plan out, because that's the billboard of your business there on Instagram. And make sure those aren't just off the whim. And they can be. You got something that's really great and you want to post it, that's fine. But mostly you're going to be sticking to a schedule of that 2 to 3 times per week on Instagram. And don't hide your personal life. I know that some of you go back and forth on this, because a lot of us are really private people. One of the things, and I'll just say it straight out, privacy's dead also, as well as organic reach. I know that's a hard pill for a lot of us to swallow, but all the big companies, most of us know, we know a lot about you. And I know the big businesses and the big tech know a lot about you. And I know that's tough for a lot of us, but come out, show us who you are in your life, and that whoever's got those dogs, get those dogs on a good old video and not just in the background. Show people your personal life. You want to have a,
Excuse me, whoever's got the dogs, mute yourself, please. Thank
it
you.
helps me as a presenter. I can keep going even with the distractions. So it's kind of a fun game for me, but thank you for that. You want to have a goal and game plan with your posting, which should resemble some of this as the following: exposure of your personal brand. That's the top of your game plan on Instagram. What makes you unique? And there's a lot right there. There's a lot to talk about there. Document your journey, which I'll continue to say over and over again, and get people to know, know, and eventually trust you, which is one of the real reasons why we're using social media. And these are the type of photos that work well on Instagram as well. Happy clients when they're getting their keys. Happy clients when they get that home. I mean, you're changing lives out there. Capture that. Your personal branding, which you are going to determine what that is. Your new listings, your sold listings, community and local photos of great spots in the community and whatnot. Your hobbies and your passions. Make sure, again, we are exposing who we are. We're getting personal on there as well. On the job, your door knocking or open houses and things like that. And those behind the scenes. You're going to hear this be an often theme. Renovations, the showings, the properties, the inspections, those sort of things are great for your Instagram. Speeding through Instagram, I want to be really careful with your time. YouTube is your SEO, your free SEO. Facebook, your lead generator. Instagram, your brand promoter. YouTube is your SEO. Evergreen content. Have you guys heard of evergreen content? Well, unlike Facebook, where some of your videos are not going to be as evergreen, even though there are places to store videos and people can come back to them and whatnot. YouTube is a place where you can create content that is evergreen and can consistently grow if you learn how to optimize YouTube. And that's going to have to be another class, optimizing YouTube. And it's an important thing. But just know that this is your SEO. You're taking advantage of the #1 search platform in the world, Google, that owns YouTube, and the #2 search platform, which is YouTube itself. I want to highly emphasize that Facebook's been around for a while, and so is YouTube, so is Instagram. But YouTube, I think, is the best opportunity for real estate agents right now. And also the ads are penny on the dollar compared to Facebook. And the ads that you can run on YouTube are actually, you're able to choose things like income levels and different things that they've taken away from Facebook with your ads. I'll send you what information that I can to get you started on YouTube ads, but we're going to talk about a few things here. A lot of agents think, and it might be one of you, that you have to get to some high metric or milestone in your business to start on YouTube. And this can't be further from the truth. And posting a video, again, how often? Posting a video every 1 to 2 weeks. And if you can manage one a week, that is fantastic. But again, quality over quantity. And to make good use of YouTube, you don't need to be on there every day or every week, even 1 to 2 weeks. One video every 1 to 2 weeks can really change your business. I've seen agents on their very first video generate tons of leads and get 2 listings and have a bunch of new business, even through their first and second videos, by learning how to optimize YouTube, meaning having proper tags, titles, and descriptions. Something we're just going to briefly touch on right now, and we can talk more about later. But I want you to know that you can post every 1 to 2 weeks and do really well on YouTube. And if you can batch your content, because obviously YouTube is a place for videos, and we've got a lot of ideas for you. I want to go over a couple before we get out of here. I'm going to try to tie all this up quickly. If you batch your content, batching content is choosing a day where you're going to film multiple, maybe you do a wardrobe change, but you're going to create a couple of videos and batch them together so that you have videos on a day, because we got to make creating video content fit into the flow of our business, and we're really busy. So if you can have a day where you're making content, that's a great way to get things done in a single day by batching content. What do you post about on YouTube? Well, you post about the knowledge that you already have. You have way more information than the general public. And the great thing about YouTube is that people are moving to Florida in droves. There's 1,000 miles. There's 1,000 people moving to Florida every day. And this is a hot spot. So with utilizing YouTube, you're going to be able to show up when people are Googling Tampa, when people are looking for homes in Riverview, when people are looking for agents in Florida or different things like that. I want you to be the one that's popping up. So here's a must complete beginner's checklist to YouTube. That is, create a branded channel art image. And this is another offer that I'm going to give you all, because I'd like to get to know each one of you. I know I've been a talking head today, and there's a lot of information here. But please reach out to me to go over what I'd already told you that you could reach out to me for. But creating a YouTube channel art, I will show you how to do that using Canva, because I want you guys to have a really good channel art image. So reach out to me about that too. Complete your about section on all of them. We're going to talk about that. This is a place where people are going to go to find out information on how to contact you. Make sure that that has your information on it. And on YouTube, you're going to need to enable custom thumbnails. And again, along with that channel art, I can show you how to use Canva to create very visually dynamic and good looking thumbnails. That's going to be one of the things that people click on your video the most, is having a good thumbnail. So I can show you guys how to use that too. You're going to edit a custom URL, and you can do that after 100 subs. So you guys, your goal for the rest of this year and maybe into the spring of 2021 is to get to 100 subscribers on YouTube. And over just the next couple of minutes, hopefully I can emphasize how important YouTube is, but you're utilizing the #1 search engine in the world. And I've got some ideas on some content too. You're going to update your channel trailer. Your channel trailer is the first thing that new people see when they come to your YouTube page. I want you to have a 45-second video that's introducing your brand and what you do as a real estate agent in business. And a 45-second video that is your trailer. And that's the first video that people see when they come over to your YouTube channel. The type of content to post on YouTube, community and neighborhood highlights. This is where you're going to shine and get to the point where you can get leads contacting you. Doing community and neighborhood highlights, collaborating with local businesses and influencers, like we talked about earlier. Highlights of local events that are taking place in the neighborhood. Property tours, those property tours that we do on things like Virtual Caravan. There was 8,500 years worth of house tours watched in the last 2 years on Facebook. 8,500 years of content that was watched and consumed. The other thing is buyer tips, seller tips. Buyer tips and seller tips. You guys have got a lot of tips out there that you could be making content on YouTube and having the ability to attract people who are looking up Tampa. These are the people that are in New York that are moving down here, the people that are in California or wherever they're coming from. They're Googling things and you can pop up on that YouTube channel. And value, just creativity, reverse engineer what people are, what you know about the business, what others are doing, make it better, make it your own. Just that somewhat ambiguous word value, but there's so much value that you guys can be given with those buyers and seller tips. That would be a great place to start. Some videos that I'd like to suggest about making on YouTube also is, about your city. What's the cost of living? This is a powerful, powerful video to make. Cost of living videos. When people are thinking about moving to Tampa or Seminole Heights or Riverview or Gibsonton or St. Pete or wherever that you're doing, what's the cost of living there? Talk about property taxes. Talk about what it's going to cost to make this your home here. Why you should move here. Make a video on why you should move to the particular area that you're specializing in. Another video that works really well, and these are videos that are shown to actually create leads and to create people tuning in. You're from insert your town, let's say Tampa. You're from Tampa if you do these things, and go over maybe 5 things that you're from Tampa if you do these things. Type of properties. What type of properties are available in the area that you're doing business? Detached, multifamily homes, condos. What type of homes are actually available? What type of properties are available to people? What's the lifestyle like? Lifestyle tours are huge here. What is the lifestyle like in the particular area that you're at? Biking, what's the lifestyle like here? Very powerful videos to make. Transportation in your city, things to do in your cities, things you didn't know about your city, the top events that are going on around in the area. And here's one that's really great that I thought was one of my favorites, and that is top developments in your city, new communities that are coming along, new condo projects. Highlight those and put that out on YouTube. Top 5 communities in your area. Now, I don't want you to be known for having a top 5 yourself, favorite areas, because your favorite's wherever we're doing business. But top 5 communities in your area, not your favorite, but just like a magazine would do, and show areas that are constantly popping up on the top list. And one last one, why not to move to your city? Now, this is not negative. This is to make it playful. If like saying something, this type of thing, if you don't like constant sun and beautiful beaches, don't move here. That sort of video. But it definitely catches attention. I want to end this and just cap it off by just telling you that LinkedIn is something you should put a little effort into, because the organic reach is actually there. And to make it easy on yourself, transfer some videos that you would use on Facebook and put them over on LinkedIn. I just want you to at least have a presence there. You don't have to spend a whole lot of time. If you do want to create a mass network and you don't want to be doing it all yourself, look up something called Ask Alfred, and that'll actually do a lot of automated stuff for you and create a really great network. But one thing I want to say in closing, and this kind of ties in with everything, be personal. Find ways that you can supplement some of the emails, some of the texts, some of the private messages that are going out. If you've been on LinkedIn, you've been bombarded with just not good messages saying, hey, I want to recruit you. Hey, I've got this. You know what's coming. Use video, show yourself, and make a custom message to somebody, thanking them for liking your page, or say, hey, I'd like to, I do this. I'd like to connect with you, and show up as a real person. As those messages just aren't effective anymore, but you are definitely effective. I had a couple of things, but I really don't want to go too much over time. I would like to do a Q&A if you guys had some questions right now, if you've got a few minutes.
I have a question.
Yes.
I sent something on Instagram to Long Island. I put the location up and put Long Island as the location.
Okay.
Who's reading it in Long Island? Where does it go? Because it's not associated to any names. It's just a city. So who's looking at my listing when I send it to Long Island by way of Instagram?
Okay, so you've created an ad through Instagram.
Not an ad, just a posting of a listing.
Just a posting of a listing.
Right.
It depends on what you had done with the post. Had you tagged the city? Have you tagged things in that photo as well? Like were you tagging other people? Were you tagging any businesses in Long Island? Were you tagging the location of Long Island?
That's it. It just said location, and I typed Long Island and sent it to Long Island. I don't know where it's going.
Well, I don't know either because we didn't do it with an ad. Long Island. So people in that are looking up Long Island are going to find your post. Now, did you use any hashtags?
Nope.
Okay, so that would have severely helped your reach in Long Island by looking up what hashtags are popular in Long Island and what home buyers and sellers are looking for up there, because that's how we're navigating through Instagram, is a lot of relevant hashtags. So what I would do is I would make sure you got the location set on there. There's also a secret trick on Instagram to get more attention too, by going into the edit section of your post on Instagram and edit the alternative text. It's ALT text. This is for the visually impaired. Anyway, it'll help with SEO. So it'll help people find that by altering the alternate text. You can check that out on the edit portion of your particular post, and then adding hashtags that are relevant to Long Island in that area. That'll help out quite a bit. And if you could post or tag anybody who you know in Long Island, or any kind of businesses that are in Long Island, or any groups that are in Long Island, tag those in the post as well. So, and then we'll have a better idea of who's seeing it. But right now, if you just put a post up and you just put Long Island as the location, there could be a bunch of people see that, or not a bunch. We really don't know, because we don't have an ad and we're not able to see who's actually looking at that. But you can do up to 30 hashtags. So get some good Long Island hashtags if that's a place that you want to get more attention on. Make sure you put those location tags, people, and look into editing that alternate text.
Okay, and you said something about contacting you. What's your contact information?
Yep. My contact information is in the email I'll send and have sent, but it's also 813-727. I got all the area codes, 4021. And then I can be, yes, Ryan Owens. And you can reach me on email at ryano@milestonetitleservices.com. And services is abbreviated, SVCS.com.
Hey, Ryan, I have a quick question, if you don't mind.
I don't. I love it.
So I want to go back to the retargeting, because I did an ad on Facebook.
Yes, good.
I targeted I targeted New York and the surrounding areas, okay? And I targeted a certain age group. I got a great response. I linked it directly to my Instagram, which then gave me a info button. And I also put my personal Insta business card in my bio. My question is, I got great response from the ad, both on Facebook and on Instagram. I got a lot of people liking my page. I was really happy with the whole thing. I know that they're from the area that I targeted, but now you're talking about retargeting. Like, I invited all those people to like my business page. So you're saying what I should do is do another ad retargeting them?
Yes, once you have put out an advertisement for your business, and people have said, I'm interested in you, the next thing that needs to happen is ask any ISA that's out there, any good ISA, and it is on average 7 touches before seven touches before anything happens. So we've got to follow up that original ad with a retargeting ad. So we want to stay top of mind with them once a week or whatnot. So no one ad is going to do much for anybody ever.
It was the branded virtual tour that Jim provides the agents.
Awesome.
That was my ad that I did, which
Very
I
good.
thought was a nice ad because it is about me. It is about the property I'm trying to sell. And I did do a lot of hashtags, a lot of like lakefront, lake homes, because this property, individual property, is on a lake. So I did get really good response on it, but the people that did come back and accept my friend request on Facebook is what I'm trying to say. And I got tremendous response on Instagram, and I linked it, so it was just one click on it. So retarget another branded tour or something else?
No, I would read. So you've got a little database created from that ad. So you've got some names and emails on there. So what we're going to do is and I can do this one-on-one with you, and I'm going to send out a video. We're going to put that little database into upload it into the retargeting, and we're going to we can create a new ad just showing them that property again, or a short piece of content from you, inviting them to get more information on it, or a variety of things that we can come up with. But the retargeting, we got to hit them with something else to stay top of mind. And the retargeting is going to help with that. So it's great. You got the database from the ad. That's what we wanted. And we're going to take that database and we're going to go directly to those people. And me and you can come up with something that'll work for a retargeting ad.
All right, thank you. Because the hashtags I know definitely work. I've added a ton. So
hashtags are definitely money on Instagram and even Facebook now.
Yeah, I do them on both. So thank you.
Any more questions? Because I know today was a rapid pace. There's a lot of things that we could narrow down in and talk about even further, but and there wasn't a ton of visuals, which I usually like to have. But any more questions, please? Love to get some. Unless you guys are ready to get on with your Friday. And
I think we're pretty much wrapped up for the day.
Very good, yeah.
A lot of information. I really, really appreciate it. Everybody, please, thank you very much.
Thank you guys. No, thank you guys for wanting to learn a little bit more about social media. And just know that I'm at Milestone Title Services to bring a lot of value on top of the great title services that we do. So I'm here as a resource for you. I mean, I love agents, and I'm here to help. I study all this to just make you all better. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm going to try to follow up with the promises that I told you on some things, and we'll continue this going. This can't be a one and done. I'd like to come back and give you guys more value.
You and I will talk about it.
Sounds good, Jim. Thank you all so much. Have a great Friday and great weekend.
Thank you very much.
Bye, everyone.